December 19th, 2024. Daily Bread. Passage: Ezekiel chapter 46 verse 19 through chapter 47 to 12. Key verse: verse 47:12. Title: The River of Life. Then he brought me through the entrance, which was at the side of the gate, to the north row of the holy chambers for the priests, and behold, a place was there at the extreme western end of them. And he said to me, This is the place where the priests shall boil the guilt offering and the sin offering, and where they shall bake the grain offering, in order not to bring them out into the outer court and so transmit holiness to the people. Then he brought me out to the outer court and led me around to the four corners of the court. And behold, in each corner of the court there was another court. In the four corners of the court were small courts, 40 cubits long and 30 broad, the four were of the same size. On the inside, around each of the four courts was a row of masonry, with hearths made at the bottom of the rows all around. Then he said to me, These are the kitchens where those who minister at the temple shall boil the sacrifices of the people. Then he brought me back to the door of the temple, and behold, water was issuing from below the threshold of the temple toward the east, for the temple faced east. The water was flowing down from below the south end of the threshold of the temple, south of the altar. Then he brought me out by way of the north gate, and led me around on the outside to the outer gate that faces toward the east, and behold, the water was trickling out on the south side. Going on eastward with a measuring line in his hand, the man measured 1,000 cubits, and then led me through the water, and it was ankle deep. Again he measured 1,000, and led me through the water, and it was knee deep. Again he measured 1,000, and led me through the water, and it was waist deep. Again he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass through, for the water had risen. It was deep enough to swim in, a river that could not be passed through. And he said to me, Son of man, have you seen this? Then he led me back to the bank of the river. As I went back, I saw on the bank of the river very many trees on the one side and on the other. And he said to me, This water flows toward the eastern region and goes down into the Araba, and enters the sea. When the water flows into the sea, the water will become fresh. And wherever the river goes, every living creature that swarms will live, and there will be very many fish. For this water goes there, that the waters of the sea may become fresh, so everything will live where the river goes. Fishermen will stand beside the sea. From Eneti to Eneglaim it will be a place for the spreading of nets. Its fish will be of very many kinds, like the fish of the great sea. But its swamps and marshes will not become fresh, they are to be left for salt. And on the banks, on both sides of the river, there will grow all kinds of trees for food. Their leaves will not wither, nor their fruit fail, but they will bear fresh fruit every month, because the water for them flows from the sanctuary. Their fruit will be for food, and their leaves for healing. Daily Bread Message. The end of chapter 46 describes the back of the temple facing west where the priests cooked the sacrifices. There were also ovens in each of the corners that served as kitchens. The temple was orderly and functional. It shows that the sacrifices were done far away from the front entrance facing east where the prince entered. Everything gave glory to God and centered around him. There was no more corruption nor turning God's house into a den of robbers. Chapter 47 describes the river of life flowing from the temple's south gate from the altar and around the front by the east gate. From there, it flowed deep and wide and turned the world into paradise. This vision reveals God's glorious hope for all creation to be restored to the Garden of Eden. We need to have this hope in our hearts to steer our life direction to live for God's kingdom. Where is your hope? Verse 12 says that the life-giving water from the river would bear all kinds of fruits, which would serve for food. Also, their leaves would provide healing. What a beautiful vision! No more hunger. No more suffering or pain. Praise Jesus. Prayer. Father, thank you for giving us real hope to worship you in paradise. Please give me this glorious hope in my heart today to direct my life. One word. A glorious hope for paradise to be restored.